Hi, we're back this time for another newsletter in February. Can you hardly believe it's February?
No, it's insane.
Your time is completely flying by.
It is. I only have a few weeks left.
That's right. And only a couple more days of full-on teaching. So
Yes.
It's been wild to sit back and watch you. I had to step out of the room and go teach fifth grade for an hour. And I came back in and fifth grade was, well, I got them riled up, let's just say, with some singing and dancing. And when I got back, it just looked like magic in here. She was doing a writing project with your students, and it was like the heavens opened up.
I couldn't believe it. They wrote for like 25 minutes straight and didn't get up. They just kept going. I was really proud of them.
It was beautiful. We can't wait to share those with you at conference time. Mackenzie Kane will be here with us for the first part of conferences. So on Monday, you're going to get a sign up. Go ahead and fill in those slots. I think it only gives you about a week to get on the books, but a new and different thing with Waukee, or at least Schuler, I'm not really sure, but you're going to have all the way from, well, you'll have a week, an entire week. So I don't have any Saturday signups this time around. I'm kind of in the middle of moving, and thank goodness for our amazing student teacher here has taken on so many responsibilities. And just, I can't wait to see what you do with your education and degree, and
it's exciting.
You'll have to keep us all informed. But yeah, so no Saturdays this time around, but we will start on March 2nd, and that is the long night. So we'll be here till 8 p.m. that day. It's a long day. We're just breaking her right into teacher stuff in kindergarten. But then it will also go into the following week. So you'll have I have a Monday slot opened, several, and Tuesday. Wednesday will isn't that early out, and I believe that's the 8th or 9th. And I think that'll be the last night of conferences. So you'll have several to choose from. Let me know when you get that sign up if somebody has taken a slot that you really needed. I'm sure we can work together. You know me. All right. Should we talk about some academics?
Yes.
Real quick, because we've got some other fun things to talk about when we're done here. So how about writing? You want to talk about writing?
So writing, they have been working on opinion writing. Mostly it's opinion writing. I taught them that it's like an Oreo. So the top layer is they're stating their opinion, and then that filling is they're giving those reasons as to why that's what they said or how they feel. And then the bottom layer of the Oreo is they're restating that opinion. In kindergarten, it is really important for them to be able to have that opening and closing sentence. And they've been doing amazing at it. We're actually going to finish up today. They're going to write a little bit just about winter, because hopefully we're getting to the end of winter. And then we're going to have a little party tomorrow with Oreos. So
I got to get that video posted, because we Miss Kane took them outside and we enjoyed the season, and just was like, wait.
Beautiful outside.
It was. And then a little duck, duck, goose.
Lots of duck, duck, goose.
I'm sure glad you didn't have your phone with you, because my running.
I
don't know.
Lots of
52. I don't know. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about math. Do you want to talk about what you have been doing? And then, so I'm going to be taking over again next week. She'll be phasing out, doing a few lessons that she and I will both plan together. But what's been going on in math, in everyday math?
Math, it's been kind of all over the place. Mrs. Rowe here said and mentioned to you guys that everyday math is kind of all over the place. Spiral. You jump from adding to graphing to growing trains and stuff, but the biggest thing in kindergarten is the adding and the equal sign and the subtraction. We have touched on addition and the equal sign and what those two symbols mean. And then they are doing really good at being able to, they know that adding something is putting two numbers together to make a whole. And they actually they're excelling incredibly, and we worked on a growing train, which is adding multiple numbers together, and they were able to just grasp that. It was amazing to watch them, and those little light bulbs going off. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we're moving on to quite a few other things in section 6. I believe has a whole ton of graphing. No, I hit this a lot in the beginning of kindergarten, so it might just be a lot of schema that they have. You might find when we're teaching that they can actually grasp this one pretty well. I hit it pretty hard. So, and coins is coming up. So penny, nickel, dime, and then they added the quarter back in. They took it out for a while. Now it's back in for our standards. So this would be a really great time to start adding maybe an allowance using coins, not dollars, but coins. So we will talk about $1 and how these coins equal $1, 100 pennies, things like that. But if your students haven't been exposed to any of those 4 coins, go ahead and start doing that now, because it's not an everyday math lesson. So I'll be filling in the gaps on that. Same with time. I think I talked about time and telling time on an analog clock. It's getting more difficult because everybody's wearing watches, and even the kids.
Yes.
You'll see it, just check their watches. Like, it just cracks me
I know what time it is.
Yeah. But yeah, so those 2 things. And then I think section 7 relies heavily on place value. Although we've said it a million times, we'll probably say it again. Very spiraled with EDM. We might do the graphing one day and then swing back and do an addition or a shape. It's it builds on itself. So all right, let's see. Writing. Oh, a little bit of reading things that we've been doing, just those comprehension pieces. So visualizing, we're reading chapter book. We just finished Junie B. Jones and what to expect when you get to 1st grade. And you are starting Flat Stanley, maybe?
Flat Stanley, yes. We're going to finish Junie B today, I think, and then we're going to jump into Flat Stanley.
Oh boy. Now these are books that don't have pictures in them, so you can see that we've been making that transition, although we almost every day get a read aloud in there. Picture book that we're reading aloud to support retelling. You've seen a couple of videos there too.
And opinion.
An opinion, yeah. Just it's in writing, but it's also, what is an opinion? Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that, because I was telling Kenzie, this generation, your children's generation, has been exposed to, well, let's just call it social media and things that they see online and basically in their world, and learning how to tell the difference between what is a fact and what is opinion, or what is not, made up, what is the truth, I guess. So yeah, we're leaning into fact and opinion, and it's crazy. I'll tell you, every year it just gets wilder answers, I guess, with these 5 and 6-year-olds on what actually is, oh, I know this to be a fact. And it's like, let's figure out the research on that. So yeah, anytime you guys can support that at home too, that's going to benefit your student, because 1st grade will lean into that pretty heavy too. So let's see. Talked about everything in reading. Let's talk about some non-academic things. So we have a field trip coming up here. Let's see, February. It's the early
22nd.
22nd. Okay, so it is an early out day, but we'll be back in time for lunch. This is at the Civic Center, so they're going to go watch a play. In the last newsletter, we talked about teamwork was our social studies standard, and we've been learning about things on our inside that you can bring to a team. So we studied what teams were. We met, I'm not going to say Wolfie, Westy the Wolf. I keep saying Wolfie. I don't know why I do that. And what a team is. So the custodians have a team, and we've met them, and the lunch bunch has a team, and what those are. But then also finding out what's inside of ourselves that we can bring as our talent to a team. How can we support a team? We can't do everything ourselves, and teamwork is good.
It's kind of funny, the inside outside thing. They did a self-portrait, and then they made a T-chart. They looked at who am I on the outside and different things, characteristics, attributes. And then when we went to the who am I on the inside? Well, we got guts and bones. And I'm like, more like, are you nice? Are you trustworthy? They grasped onto it a little bit, but
those abstract things that you can't see, but you know are there. So yeah, really understanding your soul.
Yeah.
And it ties in really well too with habit 5, with the 7 habits and learning how to be a leader of their own life. But it's the long one to say, but we've been doing it all year with the kindergartners. So habit number 5 is seeking first to understand and then to be understood. So really it's just you listen first and then tell us what's on your heart. So yeah, I mean, finding those things that are inside that you can't touch.
It's almost like an opinion in a way, a little bit.
All ties together.
It does.
It really does.
Full circle.
The things your kindergartners are learning and taking with them. Okay, and so I've had a couple emails about Valentine's Day as a holiday that's coming up. Now here in Waukee, many years ago, we did away with Valentine treats just because we had so many peanut allergies and allergies within our schools. But then now that's transitioned into just doing the seasons. So next week, some other leaders in the building, 1st through 5th, I guess, have designed not Valentine's Day, but a Give Love Week. So I'll attach that to this email. There are some fun like dress up days. I think Monday's a PJ day.
PJ day, and then Tuesday's kindergarten. Wears purple.
Oh, okay. I better start digging through some moving boxes and finding some purple things.
Me too.
Okay, and so the rest of the weeks we'll have some. I think dress up days or themes anyway. So look for that in this email. And then I think, did I get everything? Oh yeah. I wanted to talk about a leave of absence that I'm going to have coming up for my next grandbaby. Number 4 is coming.
So exciting.
I think I do talk about my family a little bit with Miss Kane a lot. Yeah. So we've got a great long-term sub coming in here, but it's only for 4 weeks. So I'll be back mid-April, leaving about right after conferences, right after spring break. So I'll talk more about that in an email with you guys coming up once I know who that sub is, but I think I know who it is, and I think you guys are going to be amazed and happy, and yeah, everything's going to go swimmingly. So as always, if you ever have any questions, for the time being, Miss Kane and I will answer emails together, or anytime after that. Even on my long term, I'll be out in Seattle, but we'll be able to answer questions, and so will the sub. So thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.